Plaintiffs Lakebra Wilkins and Eric Terrell are suing Eric's former lover for the cost of a DNA test and emotional distress. Lakebra and Eric claim the defendant tried to destroy their marriage by falsely claiming Eric was the father of her son. However, defendant Ivory Hudson says the plaintiff's marriage was already strained because Eric and Lakebra were abusive to each other.
Okay, Eric Terrell and Lakebra Wilkins are suing Ivory Hudson. They are alleging that she owes them for the cost of a DNA test and emotional stress. All right, you two are married?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I met my husband in 1990. We became very close friends. We then started a serious relationship and living together. We had the birth of our son in 1998. We had issues like our relationship does.
What kind of issues?
Arguing, fussing, fighting, infidelity.
What kind of fighting? What are we talking about here?
Verbal, physical.
Physical abuse? Did you physically abuse your wife?
But
yeah.
What kind of abuse? How bad?
Not serious, no
Excuse
injuries.
me, I would like to object to that. It was
You
very
want to
bad.
object?
Yes.
To what she's saying about him?
Well, yes, just to clarify, because when she confided in me, when she was calling me and confided in me, she told me that it was very abusive. She told me that she had stabbed him.
Did you stab him?
She couldn't have any more kids due to the abuse.
Talk to me.
Not on that level to physical, no. Because I made that decision not to. I felt like I'd be a fool to have another child for him if he's still doing all this. So I had my tubes tied.
So what you're saying is that when the defendant says that you told her that the abuse was so bad that you couldn't have children, that she's lying?
To that extent, yes.
All right. So did you stab your husband?
Yes. Yes.
Any particular reason?
Physical. It was physical.
Well, it was physical when you stabbed him, but why did you stab him?
Because of the abuse, yes.
All right, so we're talking about some serious domestic violence. You can minimize it, downplay it, whatever you want to do, but the bottom line is you stabbed him.
Right.
Where'd she stab you, Eric?
It was a little slit on the arm.
Why did she stab you?
She was protecting herself.
From you?
Yes, ma'am.
How come the two of you are standing over here as opposed to you there and her here?
This is my wife now. That was a long time ago.
Right.
That's my wife. I done changed, turned over a new leaf. We done got married. That was when we boyfriend and girlfriend.
You know what, Eric? I respect the two of you for working out your problems, but I want to ask you a question. I've been involved in domestic violence for years and years. How did you stop? What did you do?
I didn't know how to be a husband. I didn't know how to be a boyfriend. I'm going to be honest with you. She had to teach me. So we learned each other. We learned each other how to do that.
I'll tell you, kudos to you, because there are very few people that can get out of that cycle of violence. I respect you and I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
I do. You're welcome. You're welcome. Good for you. Good for you. All right, so back to the case.
In September of 2008, we received the child support letter in the mail.
On the way, I come home from work. A hard day's work, 8 hours. I go to my mailbox. I get some child support letters to Eric. No, they're not to me because my son in the back sleeps, so I know they're not for me. So I wake my wife up immediately. Baby, look at this. It's a joke, you know. Somebody sent me some child support letters. So we immediately laugh about it, you know. And then after thinking about it for a while, child support don't send no fake letters out. So my wife, after doing her Magnum PI investigation skills, come up with the defendant's name and ask me, did I have sexual relations with her?
All right, so you get a letter from the state, and the state is saying that there needs to be a DNA test to establish that you indeed are the father of a child for whom child support is sought.
From 7 years ago. 7 years ago. I've never heard nothing about it. This is my first time hearing about it.
All right. But at what point in your relationship with Lakebra were you involved with Ivory?
It was one time.
It was a one night
stand. Well, wait, I'm not asking you. You weren't there. All right. They all say it's one time.
It was a one night stand. I was at.
Was it one time?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we using condoms here or not?
No.
Yes,
Okay, that's what
No? Yes. Go right ahead, Eric.
She approached me, asked me to come by later on that night. I told her I would, you know, because me and my girlfriend, not my wife, me and my girlfriend was having problems. I wasn't thinking with the right head, but I went by and seen her anyway. So when I went by to see her, she approached me with giving me oral sex. So I told her, yeah.
Oh, excuse me, Your Honor.
And then once she gave it to me.
I did, Jack.
once she gave it to me.
That is not
Can
true.
I finish,
He's
Your
the
Honor?
oral professional here, and I'm sure his wife can
The
say
what
the same
professional?
thing. He's the oral professional.
Oral.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Can I
ma'am.
finish?
It is a profession.
Do you like get a
of his.
degree for that?
No,
How are you
sure
I
she
don't
can
know where
agree.
she's
Can't you,
coming from.
Lakebra?
I don't know where she's
Yeah.
coming from.
All right.
Yeah, he does
Can I
good.
finish my story, please?
Okay, but I thought that was a fascinating
Okay.
little digression.
We ain't got
Go ahead.
we ain't got to it in.
Yeah.
So after she performed oral sex on me and she wanted to have sex, so right then I get up and go to the corner store and get me a condom. My mom brought me up never used without a condom. So I go get me a condom.
Wait a minute. You have oral sex with her, and then you get up and say, let me go to the drugstore and get a condom?
Exactly.
Come on.
She wanted me to have sex with her, and I wasn't finna do that.
Well, why
But
did you go there in the first place? You went to have sex with her.
I wanted to go get my oral sex.
All right, Ivory, talk to me.
We messed around had unprotected sex.
So
and I
the
got
story
pregnant.
that he went to the drugstore, got up, got dressed, went to the drugstore is not true?
No, ma'am.
No. Whatever. Go ahead.
So, and I had my son August the 3rd of 2001.
Did you
I had my
ever
son.
tell him that you were pregnant? Did you ever reconnect with him?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so how old is the son when you go to seek child support?
7.
What's his name?
Ahmad.
Ahmad?
Ahmad.
Okay.
Deshaun.
All right. So Ahmad is 7 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
You decide you need child support. Why did it take 7 years?
It was not an issue until I needed Medicaid. I'm a full-time student working part-time, and we needed Medicaid for our children.
Okay. So you think to yourself, all right, now I need Medicaid. Who could possibly be Ahmad's father? So how many men do you think are in the running for this?
3.
3. Okay. All right. 3. It's okay. It's okay. I just want you to be honest.
I am.
All right. So is he the first? Is Eric the first person you sought a DNA test?
No.
Now is Eric number 2 or number 3 in the scheme?
2.
So the state sends a letter to Eric. Do you hear from Eric?
No, I heard from Lakebra.
What happens?
She called me, and during that time, she befriended me. That's when she took it up on herself to confide to me that he was abusive to her. She also stated that she was moving out on the 1st. They were separated, and that he was always jumping on her and beating her. Even though it was not my business, I was trying to encourage her to stay married. Like I told her, I've been married 4 years, and marriage is a job. You just have to work at it.
Do you have a conversation with her about a DNA test?
She asked me to send her some pictures of my son. And when she received them, she called me back and said, oh, yes, I think that this is his son. She said that she wants to know if he's the father immediately, and that she could not wait for the state to do it. And
Is that
I
true? You
encouraged her
wanted the
that
test immediately,
Yes,
Lakebra?
because it was causing marital problems in our relationship.
Do you agree, Eric, that you also wanted the DNA test expedited?
Yes, I did. But
Okay, and in your statement, you say I would pay for the test.
I took control of the situation because she kept calling my wife, giving me trouble in my household. I told Ivory, if it is my son, you don't have to worry about anything. But if it's not my son, I'm looking for repayment. And she told me then, okay, my husband has money, don't worry about it. If he's not your son, you'll be repaid.
Okay, is that true?
No, Your Honor, that is not true. I encouraged them to not go forward with their petition to pay for it because the state would do it for free. And in regards to me calling them, I have 4 months of my phone record that proves I didn't call them. They were calling me.
Let's see.
And in my phone records, you will see the only time I called her is when she called me first.
Well, first of all, you're giving me this as a defense. Are you alleging that she called you?
She called me a few times.
How many times? A few times?
Twice.
Well, that's not harassment.
She called me twice.
All
Yes,
right. Did you
ma'am.
call her?
I called her basically like once a week.
Do you have any proof of her calling you other than phone records?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you have?
I have also text messaging voicemail.
You have voicemails?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, let's hear it.
I tried to be a mama to you. You still mad because you can't find your baby son? You still, because he'll still. Now your husband know what type of hoe you really are. Tell your husband did not see why he done cheated and made babies on your ugly black smart looking and call me back.
Okay, I've had enough of that one. I got the drift. All right, you have text messages?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see them. All right, I tried from Lakebra to Ivory. I tried to help you while you was on your mission in a search for a daddy, and he knew it wasn't his chocolate chip.
No, that's my signature. Chocolate chip is my signature.
You got our
code.
money since you got your covered chocolate chip. You ugly, you mad because you can't find a daddy.
I I have text messages.
What is going on here?
Okay, I dealt with her. I called her.
You clearly dealt with her.
Yes, pretty much.
This is harassment.
After the results, she didn't even pick up my phone call.
She wouldn't even return our calls.
He had to call from his phone because it's still causing problems in our household. After 7 years, my husband is the second man that has been tested. I have the DNA results. I have the payment. I have text messages from her how she made sweet, sweet love to my husband.
All right. The bottom line is that Eric's not the father.
Right.
Exactly.
So is it quite possible, Ivory, that what he said about the condom is true?
Exactly.
No, ma'am, it's not. No, Your Honor, it's not true.
All right, but here's the bottom line. He's not the father.
Yes.
All right, so.
And she told me she's going to pay my money back, though.
And you want the money back. Did you get anything in writing from her regarding her
verbal.
payment?
She was in Michigan, I'm in Little Rock. It was all over the phone.
So it was verbal.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you ever agree to pay for the DNA test?
I never once agreed to pay them anything. I kept telling them that it's free.
It's undisputed that the plaintiffs paid for a DNA test. It is also undisputed that the defendant, Ivory, sought child support from the plaintiff, Eric, suggesting that he might very well be the father of her son, Ahmad, who is 7 years old. It turns out that the DNA test indicates that the plaintiff absolutely is not the father.
0.0000.
Here's the results.
Zero. I just said absolutely not. The plaintiffs say that she agreed. The defendant said she did not agree. Now, clearly it was the plaintiffs who wanted the DNA test expedited. Lakibra couldn't wait to hear the truth. It was impacting her marriage. The defendant, on the other hand, waited 7 years to get a DNA test. I doubt she was in any rush. And she indicated, based upon the fact that she used the state, that the state was willing to do a DNA test for free. And therefore, I rule against the plaintiffs. I rule with the defendant that there is no agreement, certainly not one that's provable to me today that the defendant agreed to pay for the DNA if indeed the plaintiff was not the father. Now, the more interesting question is whether or not the plaintiffs are entitled to a claim for emotional distress. Now, here's the bottom line. It's the plaintiff who slept with the defendant. And a consequence of that is the possibility of having a child. So when the plaintiff made the decision to sleep with the defendant, that's not emotional stress. That's a decision that he made for which he cannot now recover, nor can his wife recover for emotional distress. And as far as the court is concerned, she never promised to pay for the DNA test. So ordered.